Set reminder to clean studio before filming. Hello everyone, welcome back to Royalty Soaps and the 12 Days of Soapmas. Now behind me you may see this beautiful wall of colorants. I have been asked multiple times to take all of the colorants I have, all 187 of them to be exact, mix them up into one big bucket and make a soap colored with all of them. This idea in the comments section was probably spurred on by Sophia Nygaard, who does some Franken candle and Franken lipstick videos. I thought that would be a really fun thing to do for Soapmas this year, so I went ahead. Come on, Fly. Get with the program. I am going to blend colors of different types, so I'll have like blacks and browns and whites and golds and purples and blues and greens and pinks and all of that together. And then we will take all of those combinations and dump them into one big color. It should be a really interesting turnout. And while I've never done this before, I'm going to guess that it's going to go a very dark color because I do have like lots of purples and blues and reds, and I bet that's going to overpower the greens and the golds and like the oranges and stuff. So that would be my guess, that it would be like a very, very deep purpley blue red color. I don't know, somewhere in there. I don't know, we'll have to see. I tried to film this video once already and had some footage that ended up getting lost. So I've already blended up all of the pinks and reds and all of the oranges. These are all of my colors on that wall mixed together in these two containers. And then I pre-measured out all of the yellows on this acrylic mixing tray. I am mixing up 1/4 teaspoon of each color, and then we blend it all together. We will put it in a little corn cup and then dump all those together. If you're new around here, I will talk a little bit more about what colors I use and why as I'm mixing them up in the video. So without further ado, let's get to mixing. The yellows first. Here are all of my yellows up close and personal, and yes, it's kind of shocking. I actually don't have that many yellows. Let's see, what would be the most satisfying way to look at this? Maybe blending them all into each other? I don't know. I don't know how people figure out like what's the most satisfying thing to watch. Like those people that started doing slime videos, how did they know? Now, there were some colors I left out just because blending them in was going to be difficult, and those are the ultramarines. I find those need a lot more work than micas or neon pigments do. And I only have, let's see, I think I only have 3 or 4 of those, so it's not like I was leaving a huge chunk of my collection out. If you guys would be interested in seeing a glitter mixing, please give this video a thumbs up. And maybe we can do a soap where I pour all of my glitters on top. And we can do all of my fragrance oils too, mixing all of my fragrance oils together and putting that in a soap. That'd be cool. Then we'd have one for all my colors, all of my glitters, and all of my fragrances. Okay, this is looking pretty good and mixed up. So let me get a corn cup. Just gonna put all of that in there. What a nice, like, sort of buttery lemon color, almost like a lemon chiffon. Okay, so I think I want to go in order and do all of the greens next. So we have some yellowy greens, which is why they've been put between the, like, classic green and the yellow. Those are these, all of the olives. And then we have the true greens, and then we have the blue greens that are coming into here, and then we just have the blues. So I'm gonna stick with this set here, and then the blue greens and the blues, we'll do those together. These on top are samples that Nurture Soap sent me and Mad Micah sent me. I have a couple of other samples up here from other companies as well. This one was sent in from a subscriber. This is from Chic and Sassy Bath and Body. And again, I'm avoiding the glitters. Like this is Spring Green Bio Glitter from Nurture. I'm gonna leave that up here. Pull all of these down. We've got a couple of colors from Fizz Fairy as well. Yeah, da 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 da. Okay, let's mix up some greens. I'm gonna start with the sample colors. I'm gonna start with Kombu Green. This is from Nurture Soap. So I didn't pay for any of these mica samples. They were sent to me whenever I had affiliation with Nurture Soap with my products, the Royalty Soaps piping set and the Royalty Soaps oil blend. Also, just for you creators out there, be you soap or not, you have to disclose every single link that is affiliated with another company. So other soap makers, if you are affiliated with Nurture Soap or Mad Micas or Amazon, you need to be disclosing that every time you share a link that could potentially make you some money. I am, however, still affiliated with Mad Micas, and I have affiliation, of course, with Amazon. I am also affiliated with Eco Stardust in the way that they give me like vouchers and stuff with people sign up with my link. They don't pay me any money, like there's no monetary compensation, but I still do get discounts when you guys sign up with my link. That's also the case, I believe now for Fancy Sprinkles too. That is so satisfying whenever I tap this and it comes out in a perfect dome. Here, I'll bring you guys in to look a little closer. I do not get any sort of perk whatsoever for mentioning TKB Trading, Wholesale Supplies Plus, the Chemistry Connection, Bulk Apothecary, any of those people. There's no compensation, but I've still been using like Wholesale Supplies Plus and TKB for many, many years. I do my very, very best to play consumer advocate when I can. And I think that while some influencers might have different motives for using affiliate links, for soap makers, it's more of an honest opinion because we actually have to sell the products that we're making with these colors. So it would be a waste of my time and money to use products I didn't really like because, I mean, just spilling the tea here, folks, I make more money by selling my soap than I do by affiliate links by far. So it is a lot more important to me to have my soap looking exactly as I want, using the colors that I want, regardless of whether or not I'm financially compensated for sharing about that company, because the soap makes more money. Whereas if someone's like doing an affiliate link for like a dress or clothing, they could just buy those clothes to wear once for an outfit product shoot because the commission price might be really high, whether or not they actually like the dress. They're not having to like resell the dress. That's no shade to anybody else, by the way. I'm just explaining how affiliation with someone who is actually crafting a product makes a little more sense, in my opinion, because you have to actually like it and use it to want to be affiliated with it. Oh, Brambleberry too. So Brambleberry has like an influencer program where they send you like PR and stuff, but like I don't make any money as of right now sending people their way. So Brambleberry, Wholesale Supplies Plus, TKB. Y'all hit me up. Y'all want to start an affiliate program? Your girl is interested. Ooh, okay, so Workshop Heritage just sent me olive yellow mica. That looks super good. Okay, that is all my greens. Let's smear these together. That one looks super cool. I think this is Kombu green from Nurture. That looks really good. Ooh. It's like when people smash eyeshadow palettes. Have y'all ever seen that? Where people go and they like scrape all of the goodness out of an eyeshadow palette and then maybe put it into slime or something. I'm trying to be very particular and not do this wrong. Let's do the inner circle now. Brr, brr, brr. Smashy smash. Wow, these two right next to each other are like almost identical. How gorgeous. Okay, let's smear all these in. Oh, so pretty. It's so weird after you mix in colors like this, even though they all look green in the bottom, some of them look so blue. Like this doesn't even look like a green right here. That looks like silver. This looks like turquoise, and then this looks like a gray. But they're all green. Let's scoop it all in. This one's actually really kind of shiny. Whenever I press across it, it's got a bit of a shimmer to it. The other three that I've done so far didn't really. They leaned more matte, but this green, it's pretty sparkly. Okay, I'm gonna finish blending this up. I'm gonna put it in the corn cup and then we're gonna move on to the next color. Alrighty, blues are next. This is Proud as a Peacock from Fizz Fairy. That is so pretty. So yeah, let's talk about in total all of my favorite colorant companies so that you newbies know who to go to for some great colors. If you want fail-proof, looks good in like every cold processed soap you could ever make colors, I would suggest getting those from Mad Micas and Nurture Soap, because that is what they specialize in. They specialize in soap colors. So we have Proud Peacock right here from Nurture Soap, and we have Caribbean Blue from Fizz Fairy, and they are like almost identical. I don't know if they'd be identical in soap, but they certainly look identical here. And then if you need color for mini applications, TKB Trading and Fizz Fairy would probably be my next picks, because they have good variety, I think, for all applications. Not to say that Nurture Soap and Mad Micas don't, but Fizz Fairy is mainly glitters right now, and TKB has a lot of things you can't use in soap. You could only use it in makeup and stuff, because they have a lot more colors, but they also have a lot more applications that they're kind of trying to cater to. And then the outliers that still have good colors, don't get me wrong, and some people swear by Brambleberry, like they just love their colors. Honestly, I just haven't tested all of Brambleberry's new micas recently, because I'm getting everything I need from other suppliers, so I just haven't spent the time and money to test them. So I would put Brambleberry and Wholesale Supplies Plus down at they definitely have things you could purchase, but they're not gonna get you that big range that the other companies will. This goes without saying that these are my personal opinions. Ooh, this one never even been opened. Sky Blue Mica by Nurture Soap. Also up there for those of y'all who are international would be Mica MoMA. Those are really pretty if you're in the EU. Guys, here they all are, 187 colors. So now I'm going to take a teaspoon of each one and mix it into this container right here. And we're going to put it into some super clear melt and pour. I just feel like super clear melt and pour is going to be the easiest way to see all the color. Also, sorry for yakking so much. I've got a lot of things to say. I really love color. It's a big deal for a soap maker to have good colors, good suppliers, blah, 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 because our final product really depends on it. So hopefully some of you new people found that helpful, or maybe even some folks looking for color supplier recommendations. If y'all have any more color suppliers for me that you think I should check out, that with my 187 colorants I am still lacking, you have to let me know down in the comments below. All right, white is the final one. I tried to put some in just a second ago. Let's mix. Oh, it looks so pretty. Ooh. Well, it looked pretty. Now it doesn't look as pretty. Now it looks like what happens whenever you have Fruit Loops in your cereal bowl and you mix it with milk and it sits for too long. I feel like I'm only gonna get this completely mixed in if I use this tray. So the color, I thought it was gonna end up being like a blue, purple, red, but it really is more of like a cappuccino color. The neons are being a little bit difficult. As you can see, it's hard to get those grainier pieces all mixed in. Okay, it's been pretty much blended in as much as I can get without mixing it in oil. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna get my melt and pour soap base heated down, and then we're gonna add the color to it. I've got 5 ounces of melt and pour here. I'm just gonna use a teaspoon of the color just because we're really only doing this so that we can see the pigmentation. I don't think those neon pigments are going to actually dissolve, but let me tell you something. I am feeling really, really silly for saying that these colors might go blue, purple, and red, because I sat here and thought about it for a second and was like, wait a second. That's not how it works, and even primary children know. If you mix all the colors together, you get brown. I have no excuse for myself except being tired. All right, so let's pour this in. It is a really pretty brown though. Honestly, a great eyeshadow color. I've mixed up a little bit more of my clear melt and pour soap base. And this time I'm going to add some vanilla apple cinnamon fragrance oil. This is from Brambleberry. This is a delicious smell that they added to their holiday line this year. It's very nostalgic for me. And then also I'm going to add in a teaspoon of our color mix. Now this time I've mixed it with some glycerin to help break up the little chunks of the neon colorant. I don't really like mixing up my colors into glycerin for glycerin soap because it's a humectant, because glycerin soap is already rich in glycerin. It typically just makes your soap sweaty, but this is for an experiment. So I'm okay doing it for this soap. I love spritzing glycerin soap. I love the little cells that it creates on there. It reminds me of when people do acrylic pour paintings and they put a little bit of silicone in it and it just goes wee. I have successfully popped these out of the mold a couple of days later. This is the one that I didn't mix with glycerin and I didn't completely mix in those neons. So you can see it's got a little bit of speckledness on the top. This is the one that I really worked to mix all the neons in, and there's still a few speckles, but it's mainly incorporated. This is also the one that I added a discoloring fragrance to, and you can see there isn't much of a difference between that one and the unscented one. And thus concludes the colorant mixing experiment, with the final result being sort of a cool toned brown. So if you enjoyed today's video and would like to see more like it, you could subscribe if you enjoyed today's video, but don't want to subscribe, you could just click the like button. And be sure to vote on the question of the day, which is, do you want me to make a soap where I put all of my glitters on top? I would call day 2 of Soapmas a success. And I will see you all tomorrow for the next video. So until then, bye for now.